All the sessions will be recorded because maybe some teachers have internet problems, connectivity, there is no power. There are many reasons why a teacher cannot be here. So the idea is that we have a recording just for them to see the recording, to watch the recording later on, okay? So my dear teachers, I'm very happy to see you here. In this moment, we are 31 teachers connected, which is something that makes me really happy. And something just to take into account, the idea is that, again, I will share my screen, that you turn off your microphone if you're not speaking, because sometimes we have background noise, like in this moment. I'm sorry. Sometimes we have background noise, or we have a very noisy motorcycle passing in front of a house. So the idea is that we turn off the microphones, okay? And then when I tell you to turn on the microphone and maybe talk a little bit about something, then you turn it on, okay? Don't worry about that. So, dear teachers, I will start. Teacher Ana says, no se escucha. The others, can you hear? Los profes, todos los demás pueden escucharme.
Yes.
¿Todos me escuchan bien?
Yes,
Oh,
it's okay.
okay, okay. Maybe it's a connectivity problem, right? Some teachers have internet problems, and that is the thing with technology, right? So that is the point. Okay, my dear teachers. So I will start sharing my screen in this moment. Profes, recordemos que vamos a apagar
Yes,
los micrófonos,
yes,
todos,
of
por
course.
favor.
Aquí está silenciado.
Okay, thank you very much, everybody. Okay, dear teachers. So in this moment, we will begin with this presentation that I have prepared for you today. The idea is that we talk a little bit about the program in general terms. Remember that this is a program that is called Inspiring Teachers from the Ministry of Education in alliance with the British Council. For this specific purpose, we are here because we are going to be working on formative assessment with the Be the One Challenge application. It's a very short module, 20-hour module, but it's going to be very meaningful for us. Remember that in this moment, we have an application that was designed and launched by the Ministry of Education a couple of months ago. And the idea is that we as teachers learn how to use it as a formative assessment tool. So remember, for students, this application is a game, right? Is a game, and that is the idea. Let me turn off the microphones. Let me see. There is some background noise. I'm sorry about this. Give me 1 second. Ok, very good. Teachers, paréntesis in Spanish. Recordemos que no prendemos el micrófono para evitar el ruido, digamos, el background ruido. A veces me escucho yo mismo allí hablando, entonces la idea es que los tengamos apagados para que eso no interfiera con el sonido de todos. Okay? So, teachers, as I was telling you, this is going to be very short, 20-hour module. It's going to be really fast, but it's going to be really meaningful for everybody because the idea is that we have our students using the application, but we as teachers know how to use it as a formative assessment tool because it's a very powerful tool. The idea is that we know how to use it, okay? So in this week, we are in the introductory unit of this module. That's why we have our first online session today. And let me show you in this moment the agenda that I have prepared for today. So the first part is something about the tutor, just to break the ice and maybe get to know a little bit about me and about you. The second part is introduction to the Inspiring Teachers program and the 20-hour module, which is this one, formative assessment with the Be the One Challenge application. Number 3 in our agenda today is what makes you an inspiring teacher? This is a question for everyone. Start thinking about that, maybe keywords, maybe adjectives, maybe qualities of inspiring teachers. Remember that in this moment, all of you are inspiring teachers. So the question is, what makes you an inspiring teacher? Okay. Number 4, strategies to succeed in our virtual learning environment. Remember that we have a platform, and the idea is to show you a little bit about that. And at the end, if we have the time, we're going to have a space for questions and answers. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, but something to take into account is that if you have any question, any comment, anything, you can send me a WhatsApp message. Some teachers have already texted me, and as soon as I can, I reply. I can give you a call, or you can send me a message, and I will reply to you. Okay, that is the thing. Okay, let me turn off the microphones again. Some microphones. I'm sorry about this. Okay, teachers, good. So, teachers, this is me. My name is Jairo Andres Sarmiento Giraldo, and I have an activity in this moment. And for this activity, I would like everybody to use the chat box to answer to this question that I have. Here, I have 3 statements about my life, right? 3 statements or 3 facts about my life. Number 1 is that I teach English and French. Number 2 is that I got married when I was 24 years old. And number 3, I studied medicine first and then languages. So the question for everybody in the chat box, which of these 3 statements is a lie about me? What do you think, my dear teachers? So let me see the chat box. Remember, send your answers to the chat box, everybody, just to see what you think. Okay, I see a lot of teachers participating now. And in most cases, you think number 3 is a lie. Number 3 is a lie. Teacher Carolina says number 2. Teacher, let me see. Teacher Veronica says number 1 is a lie. Okay, the other teachers say number 3, number 3. Okay. Okay, number 3, number 2, number 1. Okay, very good. So, my dear teachers, let me tell you something. My lie, the lie that I am presenting today is number 1. Okay, number 1. So, I teach English and French. I mean, I don't teach English and French. I only teach English, right? I only teach English. I got married when I was 24, indeed, maybe a little bit young, but I got married when I was 24. And something to take into account is that I studied 1 year of medicine. I didn't finish. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a physician. I'm an English teacher who loves what I do, but I studied medicine first, right? So this is something that is the truth about my life. So when I was in the first year of medicine, I said, no, this is not for me. I was tired, too much study, a lot of stress. So I said, I don't want this for my life. I decided to change, and now I am very happy. Okay, very good. So let me see. I have there is a question here from teacher Alvaro Sanchez. Teacher Alvaro, remember that today is the second option or the repetition of the session from yesterday, right? So the session is basically the same. So some teachers attended yesterday, and some teachers that couldn't attend yesterday, they are here today, okay? But we're basically talking about the same thing. Something to take into account, my dear teachers, is that each week we're going to have the same 2 options, okay? One option maybe in the morning and the other option in the afternoon, a different day, and then you can arrange your schedule to see what is more convenient for you, okay? Something to take into account. My dear teachers, this is my contact information. I think all of you have already my cell phone number because we have the WhatsApp groups, and my email. I already sent an email to you all. So any case, remember, if you have any question, any doubt, something that is that maybe you're worried about or something, just let me know. Okay, let me know. Send me a WhatsApp message, and I will try to help you as soon as possible. Okay, very good. Okay, my dear teachers. So this is something to talk about our community of inspiring teachers. This is a picture from last year. This program, Inspiring Teachers, began in 2019. In this year, 2020, is the second part or the second version of our Inspiring Teachers program. So this is a picture of some teachers in Manizales. We had face-to-face workshops. The idea this year was that we were going to have face-to-face workshops, but we couldn't travel. This pandemic situation changed everything a little bit. So that's why we are using these kind of technologies to be here together, okay? But hopefully next year we can visit you, we can be there working with you, because those face-to-face workshops were amazing. But something unbelievable is that these online sessions are also amazing. We have been learning a lot, okay? My dear teachers, in the chat box, just to get to know a little bit about you, so please write where your school is located, the city, your department, if you work in a rural area, urban area, anything you want to share very quickly in the chat box, and I will start reading some of your comments, okay? Okay, very good. Let me read the chat a little bit. Okay, so here we have teachers from many parts of Colombia. So we have Medellin, we have Itagüí, we have Ciudadora in Armenia, teacher Lady Alexandra, in Funza, Cundinamarca. We have teachers from Bello, we have teachers from Risaralda, we have teachers from Antioquia, we have teachers from Boyacá. Wow, amazing. We have teachers from Córdoba, Department of Córdoba in the north of the country. We have teachers from Cúcuta, Norte Santander. Wow, this is amazing. We have a lot of teachers from many different parts of Colombia, which is amazing. Let me see here. Teacher Lorena from Sucre, that is great, amazing. Teacher Virginia is from Palmira Valle. Okay, we have teacher Jimena is from Morales, Cauca, Department of Cauca. We have Sucre, Meta. So as you can see, we have teachers from all around Colombia, which is amazing. Welcome everybody to the Inspiring Teachers Program. Teacher Ana is from Fusagasugá. Very welcome, teacher. Teacher Alexander is from Funza, Cundinamarca. Wow, Espinal, Tolima, Tunja, Boyacá, Meta, Restrepo. Very, very good. Welcome, everybody, dear teachers. We're very happy to have you here. Teacher Rodrigo is from Zipaquirá. I can see here in the chat box. Teacher Maria Herminia is from Sur de Bolívar. Wow, so as you can see, we have teachers from all around Colombia, and this is what is more amazing about this. Teacher Francisco from Chocó, welcome teacher. Maria Sonia is from Zárate. Wow, great. Lina Fusagasugá, okay, fantastic. Teachers. Patricia, okay, is joining the session in this moment. Welcome, teacher Patricia. Welcome, teacher Ivan. We're very happy to have you here. Teacher Nora is from Tunja. Welcome, my dear teacher. As you can see, we're going to have a lot of fun here, and we're going to learn a lot from our colleagues, because we are from all around the country, okay? Something to tell you, my dear teachers, and I'm really sorry about this, is that the WhatsApp group, teacher Claudia from Cauca, welcome, teacher. Something to tell you about, and just for your information, is that the WhatsApp group has a restriction, so anybody can send messages to the WhatsApp group, because sometimes we start typing a lot of things, and maybe it's overwhelming. I know that you're working a lot, that you have WhatsApp messages from the principal, from your colleagues, from your students, from parents, from everybody. So I don't want you to feel overwhelmed with so many messages. So I am the only person. Sorry, teachers, vamos a apagar los micrófonos, porfa. Okay, let me see. Maybe there is a microphone on. Okay. Just give me 1 second. I'm sorry about this. I'm just turning off the microphones. I'm sorry if I turn your microphone off, but the thing is that I don't want any background noise, okay? Okay, teachers, good. So teachers, as I was telling you, the idea is that I am the only person sending messages, and then if you need something, just send me a private message, okay? But I don't want to have like a WhatsApp group that is full of information, many messages, stickers, videos, memes, jokes, okay? That is the idea. Dear teachers, get ready for this presentation. Remember that we're not taking long today, but the idea is that at the end of this session, we're going to answer these questions that I have here, okay? So first, grab a notebook and a pen. Everybody, you need a notebook or a pen or maybe your cell phone. If you want to take notes or pictures, whatever, there is not a problem on that. Number two, grab a cup of coffee or a glass of your favorite drink. So if you want to drink water or maybe coffee or maybe tea or maybe chocolate, whatever you want, but feel comfortable, okay? This is very important that you feel comfortable, that you have a drink, that you relax and enjoy, okay? Number three, participate actively, okay? Thank you, because I see a lot of messages talking from your school and towns and departments. So we need active participation all around this session, okay? And also take notes so you can answer these questions at the end. And we basically have 5 different questions, okay? Question number 1, there is a microphone on. I'm sorry about this. Let me try to identify the microphone. Okay. Okay, teachers. Good. Okay, teachers, good. Teachers, how many hours and weeks does this module take? Question number 1. Question number 2 that I will try to answer throughout my presentation is what are the objectives of this module? Question number 3, what is the project about? Question number 4, how can you and your students benefit from your participation? And question number 5, what makes you an inspiring teacher? Okay, what makes you an inspiring teacher? So teachers, first part of my agenda, second point actually, but this is the first part in which I will give you some information. I would like everybody to pay close attention and take notes if you want to, because we're going to have a quiz. Okay, first quiz is today. Talking about the National Bilingualism Program, we have a National Bilingualism Program in this moment that began in 2018, okay? And it has different strategic lines and it has different actions which are intended to finish by 2022, okay? So we have in this National Bilingualism Program, we have 4 main strategic lines, okay? Strategic line number 1 is totally connected to inspiring teachers, as well as strategic line number 2, okay? So strategic line number 1 and number 2, they are related or they are about the inspiring teachers program, okay? The inspiring teachers is an answer or is an action that is connected to these 2 strategic lines. What is the first one about? Inspiring teachers and schools. It's basically about trying to strengthen or empower or reinforce teachers' competences in terms of pedagogy and in terms of linguistics. So the idea is that we improve our English level, and this is my invitation for everybody. We are here, all of us are English teachers. So the idea is that we have like an immersion exercise here, that we speak English, that we are not scared about English, that we have now a great opportunity to practice. But at the same time, we are going to improve our pedagogical competences because we are going to be better teachers. And it doesn't mean that we are not good teachers, right? The thing is that every day we're learning, and that is something to take into account. Okay, so the idea at the end is that we are empowered with different pedagogy and linguistic competencies. Okay, and we have strategic line number 2, which is target B1, and this is about the usage that we give to the resources provided by the Ministry of Education. So here in target B1, we have, for example, way to go. We have, for example, English Please series, okay, fast track series. And we have now this amazing application that is called Be the One Challenge, okay? So Target B1 are those resources or elements or tools that are going to help our students to reach the B1 level by the end of the school period, okay? Remember that that is our objective, my dear teachers, and that is a student's objective, to reach the B1 level by the end of the learning process, okay? Just give me 1 second. I'm going to turn off again some microphones. Remember that the idea is that if you're not talking, turn the microphone off to avoid any background noise, okay? Okay, very good, thank you. Okay, teachers, but we also have two more strategic lines, okay? They are not related to the Inspiring Teachers program, but anyways, they are very important. And here we have, for example, connecting cultures. When I talk about connecting cultures, is about having intercultural exchanges in Colombia with other countries like the United States, like the United Kingdom, like Australia, like New Zealand, okay? So the idea is that we're going to have classrooms. Oops, sorry again. We're going to have classrooms in Colombia which are going to be connected to classrooms in those countries, and we're going to have these inter-exchanges, like our students interacting, talking about their culture, talking about their Spanish language with students at the same time in a classroom in the United States, okay? So we're working really hard on this. And number four, we have bilingual ecosystems. And when we talk about bilingual ecosystems, are those groups of people, like here we have English teachers in Colombia, we have líderes de bilingüismo, we have secretarías de educación, we have the National Bilingualism Program working together, okay? Working together, creating different programs like this one, promoting, I don't know, like different strategies, different events, congresses, policies, right? Which are about fostering the English language in Colombia, okay? But my dear teachers, again, number one and number two, inspiring teachers and schools, which is about strengthening pedagogical and linguistic competences of English teachers. And number two, target B1, which is about resources, way to go, English please, and the application Be the One Challenge. They are very related to the Inspiring Teachers program, okay? So that is just something to take into account. My dear teachers, what is our objective with this program, Inspiring Teachers program? So first, acknowledge secondary English teachers agency and leadership in English language teaching, okay? The idea is that we are inspiring teachers. So we are going to become leaders. We're going to promote, we're going to foster different activities in our schools, in our English areas. We're going to share with our colleagues what we are learning here. So we're going to become leaders, right? And second one, strengthen teachers' pedagogical and social emotional competences in the English language learning processes in rural and urban contexts in Colombian schools, so that their positive influence is recognized because of their initiative, leadership, and teamwork skills, okay? So something to take into account in general terms is that we're going to become leaders and that we're going to strengthen or be empowered with different pedagogical competences in something that is very important, social emotional competences, because we are first human beings, right? And everything we're doing is for human beings, which is our students. We're trying to benefit them, okay? My dear teachers, first question of the quiz. Let's have a group quiz, okay? So in this case, we're going to have a group of, let me see how many people, 61 teachers, okay? Let's try to answer this question together. In the chat box, give me the answer to this question. Out of the four strategic lines, remember that we have four strategic lines, which are specifically related to the Inspiring Teachers program. So let me read the questions. Remember the answers, I'm sorry. Remember that we have 4 strategic lines, right? So the question for everybody is, out of those 4, which ones are related to the Inspiring Teachers program? Anybody? Teacher Paula says 1 and 2. I don't know if maybe there are other options. Let me see your options. Teacher Marisela says 1 and 2. Jessica says 1 and 3. Teacher Andrea says 1, 2, and 4. Maria Alejandra says 1 and 2. Teacher Alexandra says 1 and 2. Teacher Nora says 1 and 3. Okay, 1 and 2. Okay, my dear teacher. So let's see what the correct answer is. So number 1 and number 2, right? So we have the Inspiring Teachers program. We have 4 strategic lines in the National Bilingualism program, but the Inspiring Teachers program is a specific action or is a specific program that is part of the strategic line number 1. Remember that this is about strengthening teachers' pedagogical and linguistic competences. And we have target B1, which is about resources, okay? The resources that teachers have there in hand and that we have available for our students, talking about, for example, way to go, English please, and the application B1 challenge, okay? So very good, dear teachers, you deserve 1 key. We're going to have a treasure that we need to open at the end. So for that treasure, we need to collect some keys. As you answer correctly, you deserve your first key, okay? So we have 1 key to open the treasure. Teachers, the question is then, what can inspiring teachers do? Okay, what can inspiring teachers do? Well, something that inspiring teachers can do, and this is what we do because we are inspiring teachers, is that we can analyze students' context and needs. Okay, so for example, in this moment, I know my students' context, and when I talk about students' context, I am talking about for example, that I know the English level that they have. For example, I have students in 10th grade and they are A1 or A2. They are now B1, okay? Or on the other hand, I have students in B1, in 6th grade and they are B1 already, okay? So I, as a teacher, I am the one that knows my students, okay? The students' context and needs. Now, taking into account my students' context and needs, I plan. I plan a class, or in this moment that I am working from home, I plan a self-study guide for them, okay? I design a guide that I can send through WhatsApp, and then they do it. So I plan based on a context, okay? I'm not planning activities which are C1 for my students who are A1, right? This is something that I take into account. And I am not planning to ask my students to watch a video because they don't have internet connection, right? So that is something that I know as a teacher. And then after I plan, I implement, okay? I implement. And this is something very important. I put my class, my lesson plan, my self-study guide in action, okay? After I implement, remember that we are inspiring teachers, we evaluate what students learned, okay? So we evaluate if they learned, if they didn't learn, if it is still difficult for them, if they are good, if they like the activity, if the activity was engaging for them. We evaluate, right? And after we evaluate, my dear teachers, we make adjustments, and of course, we share and influence others. So this is my invitation for everybody. Remember that you're probably the only English teacher from your school that is participating in this program. So the idea is that you share with your colleagues what you're learning here, okay? That you tell them, hey, teacher Oscar, come here, let's have a coffee, or maybe let's meet using WebEx or using Google Meet or using Teams, something, or Zoom, and I will tell you and I will let you know what I am learning, and I am very happy, and why don't you try doing the same thing, okay? Because we are inspiring teachers for our students, but also for our colleagues, okay? That is my invitation for everybody. Teachers, question, who will participate this year? Well, let me tell you that we have 22 official education authorities in Colombia participating. right? We have 200 schools being part of the program, and we have 200 secondary English teachers participating now, okay? So in my group, in this moment, we have, let me see how many teachers we have in this moment. We have 64 teachers connected here, but we have other 100 teachers in other rooms or classrooms working with a different tutor because we are 200 in total, right? So imagine 200 teachers knowing about formative assessment in the application. It means that more than 3,000, 4,000 students are going to benefit from this, okay? Teachers, here we have some of the departments which are um, like which were prioritized to be part of the program, right? We have Department of Chocó, we have Quindío, we have Tolima, we have Antioquia, we have Bolívar, we have Sucre, we have Meta, right? We have Cundinamarca, Boyacá, we have Nariño, we have a lot of departments in Colombia, right? And something to tell you is that last year we had 1,050 teachers participating in the program. So this year we have 200 in this module, and we have 800 teachers doing something different. So in total, in 2 years, 2,000 teachers have been part of the Inspiring Teachers program, which is amazing. Teachers, question for everybody. Second question of the quiz. What can inspiring teachers do? I don't know if you remember the 5 different concepts that I told you about, right? I don't know if you remember the first one. I will help you with the first one. Inspiring teachers know, analyze the context. Teacher Paula, very, very good. What else? Let me see in the chat box. What can
Hello,
inspiring
teacher
teachers do?
Jairo.
Teacher, how are you?
Fine, thanks. Are you?
Very good.
Okay, yes, wait a moment, please. I have any problems today because I tried to activate my mobile that it's not it wasn't not possible. So I am here. I am here at the moment, but
Okay,
I don't know what you was talking about before. So I not is possible. You could explain me something what you have tried in these groups.
okay,
I would
teacher.
thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Teacher Alvaro. Don't worry about that, teacher. We have been talking about general and specific things of the program, like the objectives, like how many teachers are participating this year. But the information that you have missed in this moment, when I finish the session, I will send you this presentation to you, okay? Because in the presentation, you can see all the information, my dear teacher. So don't worry about that. Enjoy the process. We are just in the middle of the session. So don't worry about the first part. I will let you know afterwards, okay? Hello, teacher. How are you? Teacher, hello. Okay, teacher, I'm glad to hear that. Okay, yes, teacher. Teacher, you're right. Okay, teacher, there is teacher Ivan. There are some internet problems maybe because we cannot hear to you at all. But so far, I understood that you talk about motivation, which is a very important element, right? Motivation is fundamental, and I totally agree with you, teacher Ivan, because when we motivate our students, we're going to have great results. They are going to be engaged. They are going to be part of our classes. They are going to love what we do for them, and of course they are going to learn, which is the most important thing, right? So thank you very much, teacher, for your contribution. And I see here other contributions in the chat box, a lot of comments, but in general terms, I see analyze, implement, plan, evaluate, share. So teachers, very, very good. This is the answer: analyze, plan, implement, evaluate, share, and influence others. And as teacher Yuan said, motivate, right? Motivate is also a keyword. So my dear teachers, here you have three different keys for the treasure we're going to open at the end, right? So far, how many keys do we have? Three, four, I don't know if you remember. We have four keys, right? Four keys. Four keys. Very good. Teacher Paula, four keys. Yes, very good. Teachers, something to take into account. Formative assessment with the Be the One Challenge app is our module, and this is the schedule that we have for this module. So in this week, we're working in the introductory module, which is going to take only 2 hours of your time, okay? 2 hours a week. It's going to take 1 week. We began on August the 3rd. It means on Monday. And then we're going to finish on August the 9th, okay? August the 9th. So it means next Sunday. Remember, my dear teachers, that today, when we finish with this online session, I am going to send you again through the WhatsApp groups the link to access to the platform. Okay, remember that paréntesis in Spanish. Cuando entremos a la plataforma, el usuario y la contraseña son su mismo número de cédula. Ok, el documento de identidad suyo es el usuario y el contraseña. So there you're going to find very interesting activities, but they are very short, so don't worry about that, okay? After this week, we're going to begin with our first unit, which is going to take 3 weeks, 3 hours each week. So as you can see here, you only need 3 hours a week to complete with this program. So it's not too much work because we know that you're working a lot in this moment with your students, with the parents, with your colleagues, with the principal. We have a lot of work. So the idea is that you don't feel like you have extra work with this program, okay? Teachers who are going to begin with this first unit next Monday, August 10th, and then it's going to finish on August the 30th. The second unit is going to begin in August the 31st, and it's going to end in September the 18th. So again, 3 weeks, 9 hours in total, okay? Again, what you need is 3 hours of work every week, and you're going to be doing great in this program. Teachers, 40% of the time you're going to spend in this program is because we have these kind of sessions, okay? So we have 2 online synchronous sessions like this one at the beginning and one at the end. So it means in September, but we have 3 webinars in the middle. So every week we're going to have a webinar, and in that webinar, you're always going to have 2 different options. Remember that we're going to have one option in the morning and one option another day in the afternoon. The idea is that you look for the time that is better for you, right? These webinars are going to be amazing because we're going to have sometimes other teachers coming to the webinar, maybe an expert from the Ministry of Education or the British Council, or maybe it's me, right? But we're going to be sharing about assessment, which is an amazing topic, formative assessment. So we're going to study the differences between summative and formative. We're going to see some tools. We're going to explore the application Be the One Challenge. It's going to be amazing, okay? So in total, we have 5 sessions, okay? 5 sessions. This one is the first one. So we only have 4 more and we finish, okay? We have our virtual learning environment, which is about the platform that we have, right? The idea is that the work that you're going to be doing there is only 35% of the program, okay? And finally, my dear teachers, we have a project for your teaching context, which is 25%. It's not going to be extra work. I will let you know a little bit about that later on, but it's going to be very, very easy and meaningful for your students and for your classes, okay? Teachers, what is this module about? Well, as the name it says, right? It's about formative assessment, and it's about the application from the Ministry of Education and the British Council that is called Be the One Challenge, okay? So number one, the idea is to recognize formative assessment as a process to keep track of learners' progress and to reconsider both your teaching practice and the contents delivered. And number two is to use the Be the One Challenge game as a formative assessment tool to design strategic improvement plans and activities to strengthen learners' English learning process. I'm sorry. Okay, teachers. So number one, formative assessment. Number two, the application from the Ministry of Education. That is basically what this program is about, okay? Teachers, my dear teachers, this is the learning path that we're going to follow. This week, we are working in the introductory week or module, right? We're talking about the program and we're talking about the virtual learning environment. So the idea this week is that you explore the learning environment, that you do some of the activities there, that you participate in this session as you're doing in this moment, and we're done with the introductory week. Then, my dear teachers, unit number one is going to be about formative assessment and Be the One app and pruebas ahora. So here we're going to have the webinars talking about the differences between summative and formative, talking about the missions from the application, the gamification strategy it uses, and everything. And then in unit two, we're going to design a strategic plan as a formative assessment process for our students. This is a very simple thing, very simple, but again, is going to be very meaningful. So when we reach unit two, I will tell you what this is about, okay? We are going step by step. Teachers, this is the project that we have, as I was telling you, is to design strategic pedagogical planning. So you can see here we have the template, 2 pages, and the idea is that we identify that we have our students playing with the application and that we identify some of their areas of improvement. Let's say, and something to take into account is that this application is aligned with pruebas ahora. So in the application, you're going to have 7 different missions. And those 7 different missions are about the 7 different parts of pruebas ahora. So you know that we have the pragmatic competence, that we have literal reading, that we have inferential reading, that we have lexical, that we have grammar, that we have communication, right? Communicative or discursive competence. So in the application, we're going to find the same, right? But this is going to help our students. So here in this application, we're going to have access to a dashboard for teachers, un tablero de acompañamiento para docentes, in which you can see the progress of your students. And also you can identify your students' weaknesses, like, well, my student or this student, he has problems with literal reading or inferential reading. So the idea is that we propose some actions to overcome those difficulties. And that's what it is basically about. We're going to talk about this, like in deep later on, so don't worry about that yet. My dear teachers, we're going to follow a gamification strategy in this platform and in these activities we're doing. So the idea is that you gain experience points for every activity you complete. So you're going to find different activities in the platform. Some of them have more experience points than the others because maybe they need more time or something. For example, my dear teachers, in this moment you are participating in this session, and for this you're going to get 10 experience points, okay? So this is amazing. You need to participate in every online session because it's going to give you a lot of experience points, okay? The idea is that you reach level 5. So 70% of the activities are finished. If you complete 70% of the activities, you're going to pass, you're going to get the certification and everything, okay? But hopefully we do 90 or 100% of the activities. That is the idea, okay? Dear teachers, we also have some badges, some insignias, right? in which you're going to receive them as well. The idea is that, for example, if you are the first one that finishes an activity, or if you are the first one posting something on a forum, so you're going to receive a badge, which is going to be amazing, okay? Teachers, something important, criteria for certification. So this is to take into account. Participate in all synchronous sessions and webinars. Remember that we have 5 in total, and this is number 1. So we have 4, right? 4 more. You need to participate in all of them, complete at least 70% of the modules, and submit your project at the end. Remember the project in which we're going to identify some of our students' weaknesses and then have like an action plan. We're not going to implement it just to plan, right? To design the plan. And then you're going to have a beautiful certification from the Inspiring Teachers Program from the Ministry of Education and the British Council. Teachers, now that I have said all this information to you, are you in for this program? So let me see your answers in the chat box. Say yes, 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 everybody. Are you in? Are you ready for this program? Let me see. Okay, very good. I said I see a lot of yeses, which is amazing and which is something that makes me happy, really happy. Teachers, in this moment, we have 68 teachers connected, which is amazing, which is fantastic. I'm very happy to have all of you here. Okay, 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 okay. I see a lot of yeses. Yes, very good. So teachers, now that you're part of the Inspiring Teachers program, let me tell you that we're going to learn a lot. It's not enough time, it's just 20 hours, but they are going to be very meaningful for you and for your students. And remember that, as I told you before, I'm not a teacher, I'm not in charge. We're just colleagues sharing some knowledge that we have had along our lives. In this case, I feel and I really like this topic about assessment, and I love the application Be the One challenge, and I know how to use it. So the idea is that I share with you some of the things I am doing with that application, and then we are learning from each other, okay? That is something to take into account. Teachers, great, fantastic, congratulations. Now you're part of the Inspiring Teachers program. And now that you're part of the Inspiring Teachers program, I would like everybody to, if you want to open your microphone, feel free to do it. Or if you want to do it in the chat box, or I have another option, I'm going to share a link with you. And the idea is that we're going to have just one keyword, something that you said, okay, I am an inspiring teacher because I do this, okay? Just one keyword of something that makes you an inspiring teacher. So please, in this moment, send your answer to the chat box. What makes you an inspiring teacher? For example, in my case, I would say something that makes me an inspiring teacher is creativity, okay? So that is my keyword, creativity. But I want to see more words. Teacher Veronica, yes, open the microphone. Don't worry.
Yeah, okay. I
How are you,
think
teacher?
that the the spirit of make my students love the English makes me an inspiring teacher, you know. However, I think that it's really important to let the students give us an opinion about all the things about our method, about our topic, about how we make the classes, you know,
Mhm.
like yes, your way of explaining is really good or it's bad because how can we how can we get better if we don't have the opinion of our students, you know? So for me, it's
Yes,
really
exactly.
important because we can say, no, I think that we should give them more tests, more paragraphs, more activities. But if it doesn't, it isn't the way that they want to learn, how can we be more excellent, you know?
Okay, teacher,
So I think that
fantastic.
it's really important to have our students' opinion for this thing.
It's
And yes, that's what makes me an inspiring teacher, to include our students in that education, because we have to
thank
educate
you.
our students. Thanks.
Teacher, thank you very much. That was a great reflection, and that is something that in the next webinar next week, we're going to talk a little bit because when we talk about formative assessment, when we as teachers provide students with an exercise or when we designed classes or learning objectives, we also receive feedback from students, right? So receiving feedback from students, it's also very important to make adjustments, to maybe change our activities, to maybe vary the way in which we teach. So receiving feedback from the students is definitely something that makes you an amazing teacher. So that was very good. Thank you very much, teacher.
Ya escucho, pero ahora sí estoy más gringo.
Teacher Wilton.
Oh, good afternoon. Good afternoon, teacher. Excuse me.
How are you, teacher?
Stop. Okay.
Fine, I am fine. I'm late because I have a problem with the technology.
Okay, don't worry, teacher. But teacher, are you from the United States or from Colombia? Because you said you were gringo. You're from Colombia, right? Okay, teacher, don't worry. Don't worry about that. We're just talking about some important things of the program, but I will send you the PowerPoint presentation so that you have access to the information, okay? Teacher, something important for everybody is that remember that I am going to share with you this presentation and that also it's being recorded. So in case maybe one teacher has a problem that you cannot listen or something, this recording will be available later on, okay? Teachers, let me see some of your comments. I see a lot of teachers participating and that is something that makes me really happy. There are some words, knowledge, I want to improve. I'm inspiring teachers because I make my students enjoy learning English. Okay, willing and innovation, leadership, technology, talking about innovation, motivation. I see empowerment. I love that word, teacher Alexander. Let me see, because I motivate my students because I reflect every day about my teaching practices. Very good. Because I believe I am creative. I like to teach and help my students. Okay, learning, motivation, leadership, share and influence others. Innovation. I love teaching. Teacher Yuan?
I feel that I am an aspiring teacher because I am all the time looking for a way to get the best for my students, to do the best as I can. So I have to say now that, excuse me, because my connection is not so good, okay? And
Don't worry,
sometimes
don't worry, teacher Yuan.
I'm going to try to solve it. I'm going to try to solve it.
Okay, teacher,
I
don't
got
worry. I could hear you pretty well, teacher Yuan. So thank you very much for your participation. I could hear you. Don't worry about your internet problems, okay? Your internet connection. So teacher Yuan says he's an inspiring teacher because he tries to give his best for his students. Teacher Jason?
Yeah, hello, good afternoon, everyone. I
How
would
are you?
like to say something as well. Well, I also came late, so I'm sorry for that. But I want to participate, and I want to say that one of the things that I think that are like great for inspiring, for being an inspiring teacher, would be being able to manage our emotional intelligence and be aware of our students' emotional intelligence as well. Because if we are aware of that, we are going to make click with our students. We are going to have our students like in our team, like being with us, working with us, having a good empathy with them. So I would say that one of those important things for being an inspiring teacher would be the emotional intelligence.
Very good. And I totally agree with you, Teacher Jason. That was a very good reflection. And this is something in this specific moment in our history, the emotional intelligence is fundamental for everybody. So, for inspiring teachers, remember that that is actually one of the objectives here to strengthen also our social emotional competencies. But at the same time, as Teacher Jason said, that we care about our students' emotions and sensations, feelings, everything. And if we do so, as he said, they are going to be part of our team and they are going to love what we do for them. And of course, they're going to have better results. Thank you very much, everybody, for your participation. So remember that in this moment, anytime someone tells you, what are you? You're not going to say, I'm an English teacher. You're going to say, I'm an inspiring teacher. Okay. So that is my invitation for everybody. Before you say, I am an English teacher, you say, I am an inspiring English teacher. Okay. So now this is our title. Okay. Everybody, inspiring teachers. Inspiring teachers. Teachers, something to tell you here. We are just about to finish. I want to share with you this story about of Claudia. Claudia was a teacher from Medellin that participated in this program last year, and she had many difficulties. Like she had many challenging situations. Like she was busy. She was studying her master's degree. She was a single mother, a mother of three little kids. Her principal was so demanding. She had a lot of work in her school, but anyway, she was very successful. She was very successful in the program. So the question for everybody is, what kind of activities or strategies do you think are important to implement for succeeding in online learning? I don't know if you have had experience learning online. Maybe you're studying your master's degree, maybe you have studied a course, anything. But the question is, and I would like to see in the chat box that you write some of the ideas, but what specific strategies do you think Claudia implemented or do you implement for succeeding in online learning? So let me see in the chat box, everybody just keywords, whatever that comes to your mind, something that is maybe and a strategy that you think is a plus or something that is going to benefit online learning. Anybody? Okay, okay. Teacher Veronica says on will. Teacher Adriana, technological competences, fan activities, games, using games. She organized her schedule in order to have time and work. Very good. Provide relevant feedback, disposition planning, take notes properly. Claudia knows her students, be open-minded, discipline, context. WhatsApp groups are important, fan activities. Okay, very good, teachers. So remember that motivation, we are talking about strategies that Claudia implemented for being successful using technology, the platforms, okay, organization and discipline. Teacher Alexandra Pinto, very good. Liliana, time management is very, very important. Teacher Leonel Andres, have an agenda. Yes. Teacher Paula, avoid procrastination. Wow, I love that one, and that one is very difficult, right? Teachers, so Claudia implemented strategies which are about time management, digital skills, participating in synchronous sessions and webinars, and getting support from tutor, colleagues, principal, and family. So, talking about time management, I think all of you said something that is related to this. Talking about time management, she created a schedule, and this is an advice for everybody, my dear teachers. Sometimes we have very heavy days. Like, for example, on Mondays, I work from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m., so I don't have any time. And when I get home, I am so much tired. I don't want to work in the Inspiring Teachers program on Mondays. But then on Tuesdays, my morning is off. Like I don't have any activity on Tuesday mornings. So I am going to work 1 hour on Tuesdays. But then on Wednesdays, I again have a very busy day. So no. On Thursdays, I have the afternoons free. So I will continue working in the afternoon of Thursdays. So this is the idea. Create a schedule, teachers. Create a schedule that is going to be that is going to work for you. You are the ones that own your time and that you know your responsibilities, taking into account your families, your schools, everything. Something that teacher Paula said: avoid procrastinating. This is fundamental. So this is for Sunday. I have some time in this moment, but no, I want to watch a movie. Okay, very good. Then tomorrow I again have time, but no, I want to continue watching TV, or I will check my Facebook, or I will play a game, and then it takes 2 hours. No, I do it tomorrow, and then tomorrow, and then tomorrow, and at the end we didn't do anything, right? So that is not the idea. That we take time, maybe 30 minutes, 1 hour, to continue working. Digital skills, sometimes we are not very talented or we don't have these skills, but something very important here, teachers, is that we need to have an open mind. Okay, in this moment, talking about the application Be the One challenge, if we haven't used it, we're going to give it a try. Just download it, try to register. If we have any problem, we try to look for the solution, and then we are patient and we start playing with the application, and we're going to be doing fine. Okay, so the idea here is to have an open mind and to practice, right? Practice and practice, and practice makes perfect. Okay, teachers, talking about participating in synchronous session, sharing and active listening is very important. Participating as you are doing in this moment, so that is very important for everybody. Okay, and talking about getting support from your tutor, colleagues, principal, and family, the idea is that you inform your principal and colleagues that you're part of this program. Okay, tell them, everybody, that you're part of the Inspiring Teachers program. So the idea is that they know that you're a little bit busy, and that they understand it, that they don't give a lot of work to you. Okay. Okay, so teachers, so far so good. Are you tired? We're just about to finish, but everything is clear so far. Please write in the chat box, yes, 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 yes. Remember that I will send the presentation, okay? So in case you have any doubt or something, you can check it out. We're going to have the recording, okay? The recording is going to be available for everybody. So is everybody doing fine? Yes, okay, I see a lot of responses here. Very good. Very, very good. Okay, dear teachers. Fantastic. Teachers, here we have our platform. Our platform in this moment. Remember that nombre de usuario y contraseña is here, ID number. Okay, ID number for both cases. The idea and the invitation for everybody is that you go and give it a look and just try doing the activities. Okay, that is my invitation for everybody. Teachers, today we talked about what? Write in the chart. There is a question here about next session. I will tell you in a second, okay? Today we talked about what? In general terms, keywords. Keywords, what did we talk about today? Just to see if you paid attention or not. Everybody. Okay, very good. Okay. I see here connecting the learning path, sharing. Okay, objectives of the course, general topic. We talk about important skills to be an inspiring teacher. IT, being inspiring teachers. Okay, very good. Characteristics, everything. Very schedule. What do you inspire? Very good, teacher Maria Victoria. So in general terms, my dear teachers, we talked about the program. We talk about objectives, as you said, modules, project, methodology, and awards. We talked about traits of inspiring teachers. We talked about strategies to succeed in this program. So very good, my dear teachers. You deserve one more key to open the treasure. And in total, we collected 5 different keys, and this is a treasure for everybody, inspiring teachers, okay? So now all of you remember are inspiring teachers. Anytime someone asks you about this, you're going to tell you, I am an inspiring English teacher. This is your new title, okay? This is a new title for everybody. Teachers, how much can you remember? How many hours and weeks does this module take? Remember, we have one module. We have 3 different units. We have this introductory unit. We have unit 1. We have unit 2. We have 20 hours in total. Teacher Alejandra, very good. 9 hours each unit. Remember that the objectives is to strengthen pedagogical and linguistic competences. The project is about formative assessment and the application. Be the one challenge. Teacher Andres, very good. How can you and your students benefit from your participation? Well, in many senses, right? In many ways. If you're better teachers, they are going to be better students. If we are empowered with different tools, they are going to love it. If we know how to use the application, they are going to know how to use it, and they will have a lot of fun while they are learning, right? And there are many more answers that you already know. And the last question, what makes you an inspiring teacher? Remember that we talked about motivation, we talked about inspiration, responsibility, engaging, like being creative, like caring about students, which is something that I love, taking into account a student's point of view or perspectives. So everything makes us an inspiring teacher. Teachers, our first webinar is going to be next week. So here you have the schedule for 2 options. Option number 1 is going to be on Tuesday, August 11th at 10 a.m. And option number 2 is going to be on Thursday, August 13th at 3 p.m. So as you can see, we have 2 options. Remember that you don't have to be here in the 2 options. Only one is enough, okay? Because we actually do the same in both options. Tuesday in the morning, Thursday in the afternoon, okay? So that is just for everybody. Anyways, I will send you a reminder in the WhatsApp groups. Teachers, I don't know if you have any further question. Remember that if you have any question anytime, please send me a WhatsApp message and I will try to help you as soon as I can, okay? As soon as I can. So I'm really happy to be here with you, my dear teachers. Let me see if there are some questions here. Maybe there are some questions. Teacher Andres, Leonel Andres says, are you going to send us the presentation slides? Yes, teacher, in a minute. Once I finish, I can do it, okay? So I am going to send this to you. Very good. And when this recording is available, I will let you know as well, and I will share the link. Teacher Jessica says, what about the WhatsApp group? Do you add all of us? Teacher, I added the ones that I had, Teacher Jessica. So my cell phone number, I will give you my cell phone number here, teacher. Could you please send me a WhatsApp message and then I will add you to the group, okay? My cell phone number, 314-661-9113. If you're not in the WhatsApp group, please send me a private message and I will add you to the group, okay? Thank you very much, my dear teachers, for your participation. In this moment, I would like to see in the chat box, just to finish, if you're very satisfied, if you're satisfied, or if you are dissatisfied with this session. Thank you very much, and I will talk to you this week, and I will see you next week in the first webinar, okay? Bye-bye, everybody.
See you next section.
Bye-bye, teacher. Thank you.
Bye-bye. Thank you very much. I'll see you next section.
See you, teacher. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you, teacher. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Have a good one.
You too. Bye.
Have a good day. Goodbye.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Thank you so much. God bless you.
You too, teacher. Bye-bye. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Goodbye. Thank you.
Bye-bye. Thank you.
Thank you, teacher. Bye-bye.
Thank you, teacher. Bye-bye. Have a good one.
Okay, teacher.
Bye-bye, teacher. Take care.
Bye, teacher, and thank you.
Thank you, teacher, for attending. Bye-bye.
Teacher, you said that you are going to give us the record of this session. I have some problems, so I couldn't attend all the presentation.
Yes, teacher, it will be available. I will let you know through WhatsApp, okay? Don't worry about that.
Thanks. Thanks.
But maybe tomorrow because the recording takes like maybe 10 or 12 hours to be ready, okay?
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Teacher, I'm sorry, one last question. Are all of us from Antioquia or from different regions of the country?
Teacher, here we have teachers from all around the country. So we have teachers from the coast, teachers from Cauca, from Nariño, from Meta, from
That's
Antioquia. We have teachers from
great.
all around the country.
That's great. All right. Thank you. Have a good
For
Bye-bye,
one.
teacher.
example, I am from
Bye-bye.
exactly San Onofre.
Right.